All right, y'all. So you know I had to figure out how to fix it, right? And like I told y'all, I wasn't about to sit there and just take the L, and now I'm branded for life going forward as, we got Pissy Boy here. Pissy Boy. Or let's just say, if she decided to do what I do right now, how I'm just telling stories about my life. And I end up in her story as the dude that I dated that peed in the bed. Nah, couldn't have been me. So I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, oh, and you know I was quiet as a mouse. I'm like, oh, what happened, man? Damn, man. So I jump up out the bed, nice and easily, like I crept out that bed, and I said, I gotta figure this out. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I walk out the room. I'm out in that hallway. I'm like, damn. I couldn't change my clothes because I didn't have any spare clothes. So I had to figure it out. So guess what I did, y'all? Ding! Something popped in my mind. I said, got it. So I went to the kitchen, and I went in that cabinet and I found the biggest cup that I could find. When I tell y'all, I filled that cup to the brim with water. You know where I'm going with this, right? So I said, I filled the cup to the brim with water, and I'm like, I gotta figure out how to get out of this. So I took that big cup of water and I went to the room. And as I was walking to the room, I said, I got it. I was gonna just go in the room and spill it, you know, but I'm like, nah, I gotta make it a little bit more dramatic, right? So I get up there in the room, and I'm standing by the bed, and I'm holding this big cup of water, and I'm like, damn, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do this? So I said, I got it. So I walked up to the bed, and I literally was holding this big cup of water, and I like made it seem like I tripped. And I was like, boom, and I hit the bed real hard, and I shook the bed, and I dumped a cup of water right all over on the pee spot. I dumped it right on the spot where I was laying. And I was like, oh man. And I made sure I kept the light off in the room so that she couldn't, so that she wouldn't wake up. So I walked up to the bed. I did a fake trip, but I bumped the bed real hard, and I dumped the water all over myself. Like I got the bed, and then I like kind of fell on it, like, oh man. And I fell on the water spot, spilled it on the bed. Oh, and I even threw some on her too to make it seem like I really like tripped and splashed the water everywhere. And she woke up by herself like, oh my God, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, oh, damn, man, shoot. Man, I'm up here I was thirsty, so I got up and got some water, man. And I just spilled the water everywhere. And she woke up, she was like, what is going on? I'm like, man, dang, man. And I paused, I'm like, let me see, did it work? And it worked. It worked. She got up and was like, oh man, it's okay. Let me just, man, you all wet and stuff too. Let me at least just get like a towel or something and lay the towel down. She didn't change the sheets. So she got a few towels, and just laid it across the bed. And I didn't have no clothes, so I just, like, you know, I laid there. I kind of just dabbed myself off some and laid down in my pissy clothes. But I was okay with that. Laid there in my pissy clothes, and I'm just like this. I'd rather lay there in my pissy clothes than to be known as Pissy Man going forward today. Like, I don't mind putting myself out there and telling my story. It is what it is. This was many, many years ago. This ain't something that happened like yesterday, or like 3-4 years ago, like, or 5 or 6 years ago, not even 10 years ago. Like, this happened many years ago, you know. But yeah, that's what happened to me, man. I could not go down in history as Pissy Man. I could not go down in history as, like Kevin Hart said when he was telling that story, a lot of this stuff comes from a real place. Like, I don't know how true it was, but, you know, what was he saying about the girl that he was on a date with, and then they kind of got into it, and she was like, she started talking about, you know, Oh, shut up. That's why you ate my ass. And then you got to sit there with the he ate ass face. Just, yeah, that face. I'm not about to be sitting there with the pissy boy. If we get into it at her family reunion or cookout or something, and she try to throw me, oh boy, shut up. That's why you pissed in the bed. Oh, how you gonna handle that? You can't handle that, man. So that was my story, man. Yeah, man. So tell me yours. What was your story? What was one of your most embarrassing moments that ever happened to you in life that you successfully covered up? That was mine.